I'm Deborah Samuel.
And I'm Kelsey Samuel of SOS.
And we're here today with our clients, Derek and Beth Westen. We're going to be interviewing them about their experiences working with both Kelsey and I in their transition from their large home in Montecito into their new home on the other side of Santa Barbara.
They seem really well settled, Deborah. Let's go take a look.
Okay, here we go. Who would have ever thought we'd be sitting here now with you so comfortably on the couch with
didn't think so.
With those, with those big smiles.
I mean, it was a massive undertaking that you decided.
I mean, I was dreading it. We've been in our house over 35 years, and it's big. It has a lot of storage.
We knew we needed a smaller place. It was time to downsize, and we just didn't know how we could tackle all the decisions.
Overwhelmed.
Because you know, if you try to clean up one room, you look at it and you say, well, maybe we should donate those things. So then it has to be packed up, it has to be moved. You have to find out where you're going to donate it to, see if they're going to take it. You know, it ends up taking half a day. And when we ended up working with you, Kelsey, it was just like magic. We would say, all right, we're going to keep that. Everything else, if it needed to be sold, you found a good way of selling it at a good price. If it needed to be donated, you packed it up, shipped it, donated, kept all the records. If it was something that couldn't be kept, you dealt with that. It all just happened. And it removed so much stress because that was actually the hardest part. We basically knew what things we would want to keep. But the logistics of dealing with packing and moving and donating and record keeping and driving things around, it's just mind-numbing.
Yeah, I mean, it is exhausting.
Awful.
It is exhausting, and it does take a team. Like, it isn't just, one person. And the other thing that I think is helpful is having a team of people who are not emotionally attached to any of this.
That's right,
Exactly.
right, yeah.
It is challenging, particularly when you have such a long-standing memory with the things that you were letting go of.
Like Beth really dreaded clearing out her art studio, but we just took one section and did it, and that wasn't so bad. It only took a few hours.
And I think I'll be clearing out a little more. And I knew I'd have to do that, but I needed to do it in stages.
Absolutely.
And you were tolerant of that.
Tolerant, understanding, but also recognizing that I had someone else on my team who might be better suited to go through those things with you.
Yeah, you brought in an art specialist to help Beth with the art studio, and that was really wonderful because they spoke the same language. Yes. All of your staff, they were so kind and so considerate, and any question we had, they always said yes, and they were happy to do anything.
And if we changed our minds, no problem. They can unpack it. They can move it. And I was very impressed with how your people were able to hang our art. I did not believe
Beth
that
was
they
going to
could
hire
do
a
this.
professional art hanger.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, there's a little trick to it, but guess what? They were experienced and they knew what they were doing. Yeah. And they did just as good a job. The kitchen tools and books and everything, and I was shocked.
Everything unpacked, put in the shelves, put in drawers. I mean, the closet was more organized than before we moved. It's just great. And then all the packing materials, all the boxes, all the cardboard, all that stuff you have to deal with, just gone. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And you did things that I don't think anybody else would have thought of. So I'll give you a couple of examples. All new houses don't have curtains. I don't know why, but they come without curtains. So it was very bright in our bedroom. Deborah, you went out to Home Depot and quickly bought some inexpensive, really quite attractive paper blinds and installed them for us, so that was done. You went out, Kelsey, and bought night lights so that we wake up at night in a strange place, we wouldn't be disoriented. That's really paying attention to detail.
Well, there were also, you also had the challenge of not knowing exactly where you were going to go at the time. Like, you're like, yes, we want to move on.
We had no idea. We found this house a month before we moved in.
Yes.
That's a very short time. Not only needed to sell a house, but we needed to find a new house, and we needed to downsize, and we needed to move. Those are extremely extremely stressful life changes, you know.
The way that Kelsey and I have custom designed our business
Yeah.
is with the thought process. We're working with people who are in their 70s and 80s, who are handling multiple things at once.
Right.
And to kind of put the real estate a little bit in time out and address some of these other major issues, the emotions of living in a place for 40 years, you know, looking at the hobbies and the massive gardens that you had. I mean, there were so many things, you know, there were so many dynamics to talk about. And then to put real estate and trying to call up a client and say, I need to show the house today. We got to do it right now. You know, that just would have added more stress. And so the way Kelsey and I have really designed our business, it is about care.
So, you know, I always thought of selling a house and moving as separate challenges. Yes. And what is really unique about you two is that you realize they're not separate challenges. It's one big change. And how you sell the house, how you market the house, takes into account the fact that when it's sold, the people that are selling it need to have a place to go and they need to move, and it needs to be seamless, maybe even enjoyable. They're not separate projects.
I think particularly when people reach this point in time in their lives, it needs to be treated as one, because it is such a stressful undertaking, and people usually have lived in their homes for such a significant point of time that people almost become prisoners to their castles. You know, and it's a beautiful castle, but it's like, oh, you know, I'm burdened by it, you know, and I don't know how to get out of here. Living life is so important, you know, and stuff, it really upsets me to think that people are preventing from enjoying their lives because they're worried about their stuff or what they're doing with their stuff. And one of the things that I really love about both of you, I love the fact you have hobbies. Do tennis or go horse riding or go on your vacations or whatever, and that we be as flexible as possible, because life is short.
Well, and the other thing, I mean, one of my favorite stories, so I won't forget this, is that we had a long planned vacation to Turkey to visit our kids. And you kept encouraging us, don't take it off the calendar, you need it, you need to get away, we'll take care of everything while you're gone, don't worry about anything. So you were wonderful to push us to make that happen. And we did. We got in the car, went to LAX, checked in at LAX, only to discover to our horror that one of the passports we grabbed had expired. So we were just stuck. I mean, it was a disaster. We couldn't think of anybody else to call, so we called you saying, Deborah, can you think of any solution? What are we gonna do? Before we hung up the phone, you were in the car driving to LA, and we couldn't talk you out of it, and it saved the vacation.
With the proper
passport. With the passport, yeah. You went to the house, you grabbed the passport, you were on the road. We made the plane, we had a great vacation, so you avoided a disaster.
It's the details that matter when you're taking pictures for a luxury listing.
Hi, Derek and Beth. Just wanted to congratulate you on all this that you did prior to Tahoe. Amazing. And now we just have these very few things to do when you get home.
Hello, this is Kelsey from SOS, and we have moving day, yay!
So we are all ready. We've got our key here. The guys are moving in, just starting on the closets. Up, all the girls are here.
The other story, and I think of this often, moving is incredibly stressful. So on one day, which is December 6th, we closed the sale of our house that we lived in forever, closed the sale on this house, moved, and it was so relaxing that we had a glass of champagne and then went out to a party that night because we didn't have anything else to do. Everything was done. It was just incredible.
Well, we thank you for sitting down with us today and sharing a little bit of your story. And thank you for your trust and your friendship.
And we'd be happy to talk to anyone that has questions, because we're very enthusiastic.
Oh, Kelsey, that was such a great interview with Derek and Beth.
Yes, it really warms my heart to see them just so happy and content with the process, maximise their real estate transaction, and we've been able to move them with relative ease into this new home, and for them to be as happy as that.
You know, it's incredible, the teamwork we put together. It really, at the end here, to walk in and see them so comfortable on their couches and enjoying life, well done.
Yeah, well done.